This is super duper important stuff, guys. So, what your cart returning habits say about you? Do you return your grocery store cart? Here's what your answer says about your personality, according to psychologists. Psychologists weigh in on the viral shopping cart theory. Yeah, I mean, we've all heard about shopping cart theory. It's come on, blowing up on Twitter. Hashtag shopping cart theory. Now, I've never once heard of shopping cart theory, but hey, that's just a theory. A shopping cart theory. And whether the small, everyday choice really reveals your true character. Your true colors shining through. Let's see the kind of big brain ideas that this is going to provide us. Key points. The shopping cart theory suggests returning your cart reflects good character. You do know that people like Jeffrey Dahmer probably also returned the carts. Like, returning your cart doesn't prove anything. It's just common courtesy. Sometimes the most evil people in the world can just have common courtesy. I mean, think of people like in movies like Hannibal Lecter. He looks like the kind of person who would call out someone for not returning their cart. And he fucking eats people. So, like, I don't think it really is a true test or a reflection of your character. There's probably some terrible people in this fucking world who return carts, and there are probably some really good people who don't. But let's not jump the gun. Let's not lose the cart. Experts caution that context, not morality, often shapes everyday decisions. Frustrating as it may seem, there may be maybe unseen reasons someone leaves a cart behind. Like maybe it's a Walmart parking lot. You don't feel like walking 5 minutes to return the damn thing. Whenever I go out, the people always shout, "There goes John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt." No, we always park right near the thing where the carts are. So that way, or that or Ingles or wherever, just we always park near the carts where you put them. And I mean, it's also just not even common courtesy sometimes. It's just how my brain is wired from having done these jobs. And I understand that sometimes, like, when it starts to rain, it's a fucking pain in the ass to go out and get these carts. But, like, sometimes if I go, like, to Dollar General, people are just leaving the carts out in the parking lot. I'll just take it, like, I'm going inside anyway. I'll just take it with me. Because my brain is just thinking, like, oh, well, it looks like it's about to rain. But, few grocery store habits spark as much passionate. What? Where is this shit happening? Where is this magical land where debates are being sparked about shopping carts and what you do when you're done with them? Is it in Canada? Is it the home of hockey and maple syrup, eh? Is that where this stuff is happening? Because I don't think this shit is happening anywhere in the United States. I don't think it's happening in the United States. This seems like a Canadian thing. No offense to you Canadians. Ah, I'm very sorry about that, buddy. Ah, it's okay, guy. Ah, you're being a true friend. I do love you guys. I love all you guys. I mean, your flappy little heads, they're just amazing. We want more money. But yeah, where's this debate happening? It's sure as hell not happening on social media. And I don't think I've ever gone somewhere and heard people just casually talking about, oh, you know what? I think there's a strong link between good people and putting shopping carts back in their place. What do you think? Oh, I don't know. I've seen some bad people who do it. I'm pretty sure there might have been some serial killers in the past who have done that. So I really don't think there's, like, I don't think these debates are happening. I think this was to fill a quota. It's like, oh, you have to write a certain amount of articles a week. I think this was just for a quota, because I don't think this is as important as they try to make it seem. Again, I'm pretty sure you have people like fucking Jeffrey Dahmer and these really terrible people who put the carts back. So it doesn't, I don't think it reflects the person at all. At all. About the cart and when you're done with it, do you walk it back to the corral? Do you walk it back to the corral? Only if it's golden. Actually, Golden Corral's really not that great. It used to be. Like, me and my friend used to go to Golden Corral all the time because it was, like, right there near the movie theater. And so, on our days off, this was back when I was a caterer at SeaWorld, we would go to Golden Corral or the Chinese place all the time and then go get a buy one, get one free movie because it was the matinee. So we would go watch one movie, and because there was no one there really paying attention, we would just go watch another movie. I think that's where I saw Chronicles for the first time when it was out. It was a really good movie. It had what's his face, the one who goes on to be Harry Osborn in Amazing Spider-Man. But yeah, great movie. But yeah, Golden Corral. They have a lot of options, a lot of desserts, but most of the time, the stuff has been sitting out for a while. It doesn't taste very good. Or leave it in the parking lot and drive away without thinking twice. Like abandoning your child. This seems like, John, your humor today is really on point. Are you dying? I don't know, maybe. We're all dying, aren't we? Some of us just die faster than others. This seemingly small decision has fueled countless online. Again, where are these magical places where these arguments are being held? Is it like a parallel universe? You know, is it like where Gallifrey is, just like a pocket parallel universe, and no one else can fucking get there? Like, what is going on? Some of the biggest names have debated this point for years. You have like the fucking dude from Ancient Aliens, you know. Even he's, well, well, some have linked the desire to put the shopping cart back directly to extraterrestrials. It is said that because of extraterrestrials, the humans on Earth have a strong desire to put shopping carts back. And it is possible that it is due to ancient alien technology that has been left on Earth from millions of years ago. I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens. Wait, I should have like messed my hair up to where it's like standing up there, and I know, seriously, it's like my humor is on point today. I don't know what's wrong. Maybe I am dying. Maybe I am. The decision has fueled countless online arguments in recent years, from heated. Oh, well, that explains it. There's the magic place. Reddit, threads, to even entire social media accounts dedicated to shaming now, I have seen one person like that. But, you know, the guy's just a douchebag. Kind of like the ones who, like the people who ride their bikes and, like, oh, get out of the bike lane! You know, like those kind of douchebags. Yeah, so what they say and they do shouldn't really be taken seriously. They're douchebags. Dedicated to shaming cart abandoners. Why don't you shame people who are abandoning their kids instead? I mean, this doesn't seem like a major issue. On one side, people argue that returning the card is a basic act of human decency and reflection of whether someone is a good member. Again, I guarantee you people like, Charles Manson and Jeffrey Dahmer were returning their cards. Look at what kind of individuals they were. On the other, some point out that collecting cards is literally someone's job. Again, my brain is just hardwired to just kind of help out. Like since I've had these kinds of jobs before, again, if I go down there and it's like raining or starting to rain and there's like a couple cars outside, I just bring them in. And I do this whether it's, Dollar General or Ingles or whatever. If they need to be brought in, I just bring them in. But that's just me. Okay, John, just admit it. You're a fucking serial killer. We heard what you said before. I'm not. Again, I don't like watching them just kind of sit out there. The only ones I don't deal with are the ones like you're driving home and you'll see a cart, like a Walmart cart, and it's like 3-4 miles away from home, the Walmart. Other than that, I'm like, I'll just bring it back in. But if it's like one of those, it's like, fuck that shit. What's it doing all? Did it leave? Did it have to go? Did it make a date to go see someone? Like, why the fuck is it all the way out here? And they're always like in a ditch or something, and it's like, though there was a point where when the Dollar General down there was remodeling, basically everything was 90% off. So I told her I didn't want to have to keep coming back and forth, because sweet ass deals. And she's like, oh, you can take a card if you want. I'm like, you're trusting me to take the cart all the way home. She's like, yeah, I know you'll bring it back. Because I would. I mean, I'm only like 5 minutes away. A little different than 3-4 miles. But oh, we got a name finally. The bait seems trivial because it is, but it taps something deeper. It raises questions about character, responsibility, and what we owe one another when no one is watching. The shopping cart represents larger fears we have about accountability and moral decay. Will others do the right thing when they know no one else is holding them accountable? Of course. It's a fucking white woman. Are you surprised? Actually, technically, I mean, she's white, but her name says otherwise. Either way, Miriam L. Most, Scott M. Sokol, Ryan Tessier. It's no wonder psychologists have taken notice and have their own perspectives on the topic. We spoke with experts. We found the best world-renowned shopping cart experts. We wanted to have their weigh in, have their 2 cents, or if it's Aldi's, 25 cents. We spoke with experts to find out if there is any science behind this heated debate. Again, heated debate. Come on. And whether it truly reveals as much about your personality as the internet would have you believe. What is the shopping cart theory? While the idea of the shopping cart theory has likely been around for some time, it only became a centerpiece of conversation a few years ago. When? The premise is simple. Because there's no reward for returning a cart and no punishment for leaving it behind. The choice to walk it back is framed as a purely voluntary act of civic responsibility. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, according to the theory, which is not a real science. You don't say. I'm glad you let us know, though, because I'm pretty sure some of us were going to go to bed tonight thinking, is this based on real science? I mean, it's gotta be, right? I mean, they have articles and heated debates about it, so it must be based on real science. No, I'm glad they outright said this is not real scientific theory. People who return their cards demonstrate a willingness to do the right thing without external motivation, while those who don't are said to reveal a fundamental flaw in their character. But the concept quickly went viral, spawning me. Where are all these, like, seriously, where are all these things that they're talking about? I'm sorry, but like Reddit, of course no one sees it. Any person doesn't really go on Reddit. I mean, sometimes you'll type in like something like a theory or something like, what was it that I looked up? Oh, yeah, I was watching Dark Side of Dimensions, the Yu-Gi-Oh movie, and you have the Plana, which is capable of like rewriting the world itself, and it's like, if Shoddy had this amazing object, why didn't he use it on Zork? You know? You know? It's like he can rewrite the very fabric of reality. So if Shoddy had known about Zork and all that, even if it was in the future, why couldn't he have just rewritten the world to where Zork didn't exist and everything was a world of light? Because that's what it was supposed to do, right? The Plana was supposed to remake the world as light and happiness and this and that. So why didn't Shoddy use it? You know? You know? But it's stuff like that. I mean, I kind of asked the question, I think it was last night, and the first thing that pops up is like a Reddit post. But that's really the only time most people would go to Reddit. But yeah, spawning memes, TikTok debates, and open eds. But despite its popularity, the theory didn't originate in psychology labs. Peer-reviewed research in psychology has not borne out the shopping cart theory, and is empirically supported. Is an empirically supported test of character. This phrase began life as a meme on social media, not as a hypothesis emerging from controlled research. Judy Ho. Dang. Dang. Damn, boy. Damn, boy. Damn. I understand why it resonates. I want to resonate with you. Says Judy Ho, a clinical and forensic. What? She's like freaking forensic neuropsychologist. She's like, oh yes, I understand why people are so interested in the shopping cart theory. It's a simple, relatable behavior that feels morally charged because of its low effort, most anonymous, and framed as the right thing to do. In other words, it makes sense that the idea has caught on, but that doesn't mean it holds up as a reliable measure of who you are. Oh my God. Please, please be the perfect woman. Please spit some facts here. So the shopping cart theory isn't backed by peer-reviewed research. Oh wait, in other words, it makes sense that this idea caught on of who you are. Does your cart behavior say anything meaningful about you after all? According to the judgment of the Ortrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, they say it's complicated. These everyday actions can sometimes reflect broader personality traits like conscientiousness and agreeableness, but drawing sweeping conclusions from a single moment in a parking lot oversimplifies how some people actually behave. Small decisions like these can be indicators of moral character if examined over time and when there's actual empathy, cost, or consequences on the line. Well, I mean, for Aldi's at least, you have 25 cents on the line. Most people are going to want their 25 cents back. So, one insignificant decision should not be held against you as some sort of psychological purity test. Burn the witch! What psychology does support uh, what psychology does support is something more nuanced. More pro-social behaviors are highly sensitive to context. Factors like social norms, environmental design, cognitive load, time pressure, and anonymity all play major roles, says Ho. Oh, I'm such a fucking child. They said load. Put simply, whether you return the card on any given day may have less to do with your moral fiber and more to do with how your day is going. I mean, yeah. How far away the corral is and whether anyone is watching. No, I think it's just kind of how far it is. Again, if you're parking, you're parked at like Walmart and you're in the very back and they don't have any in the back there, you're not going to want to walk all the way to the nearest one. You're just going to be like, I'm going to put it up on the curb here, right where the tree is, and just leave it. And just hope that it doesn't hit something. The benefits of returning your cart. Well, if you went to Aldi's, get your 25 cents back. You get the, I don't know, feeling of doing something good with, no reward. I don't know. Like, you gain super secret awesome powers. These fabulous secret powers are given to you. While returning your card may not be a big statement about your character, that doesn't mean there's no reason to do it. On a practical level, taking your car back helps keep the parking lot clear and prevents dings to other people's cars. But beyond the simple fact of simple consideration, there can be an upside to doing this little task. Some may identify with conscientiousness. Some feel empathy or social responsibility, considering the employees or the next user. I care more for the employees because having done those jobs before, the shit that those guys have to go through sometimes. Like when I worked at Ingles, there was a guy, his name was Garland. He came in all the time and bought like those big fucking things of like beer, like 6 of them. And one day he was drunk before he even came in. And as he went outside, he had his father take him and they dropped in the parking lot. Guess who had to clean it all? Go out there and sweep up broken glass on the parking lot. Yeah, that's right, me. Or there was a day where the clouds were just completely black. And the carts, because it was raining, were just left all over. Guess who had to? Oh, yeah, that was me. So it's more for the employees than anyone else. I don't give a shit about anyone else doing it or trying to help them. I'm trying to help the employees because I've been in that position before and it fucking sucks. Especially if it's late at night and you already have shit to do, like, oh, I don't know, clean the floors of the store and all these. You don't have time to keep going out and getting all those fucking carts. But for many people, it simply feels good to finish what they started. Returning your card doesn't have to be a grand moral statement, but it is political. Thanks to Let's see. This person right here. Survey says Trumpies never return carts. So I say, for the love of Lucifer, why? Why must you people always bring him up in everything? Seriously, grow up. Like, we're talking about carts here, and this fucking dipshit is like, well, Trumpies never return their carts. Is Trump in the room with us, Karen? It's just, it's fucking hilarious. Returning your cart doesn't have to be a grand moral statement. It can simply be a small, satisfying habit that benefits you and the people around you. Why some people might not return their cart because they don't want to. These are things that you don't have to look that hard into. They just don't want to. It is also worth considering the many valid reasons someone might leave a cart behind that have nothing to do with laziness or character. Limitations of ability is one. Physical disabilities, visible and invisible, chronic illness, issues with pain or mobility or balance, being tired, recovering from an injury. Any of these can play a role. Parents may reasonably choose not to leave a child unattended in a car, even briefly. Safety concerns in poorly lit or isolated parking lots or extreme weather conditions all matter. None of these have anything to do with morality, says Ho. Ho! It is an important reminder that what looks like a straightforward choice from the outside often involves factors that aren't visible to a passerby. Our expert take. Oh God, we're gonna really sum things up here. They're bringing the best and brightest minds together to crack this theory. The shopping cart theory is a catchy idea, and it's easy to see why it went viral. Again, where? Where? There's something satisfying about the notion that one small, everyday action could reveal the truth about a person's character. But the reality is far more nuanced than a social media meme can capture. Psychologists agree that while patterns and pro-social behavior over time can offer genuine insight into someone's values, a single decision in a parking lot doesn't tell the whole story. Again, because you could have some of the worst people in history return their carts. I wonder if Hitler returned the cart. Human behavior is best served cold. It is best understood as an interaction between traits and situations, not as a fixed moral stamp. Turning everyday actions into purity tests oversimplifies how people actually function, says Ho. Imagine there is a God, and you're standing there before St. Peter, and he's looking up your name, and, you know, he's questioning you on your deeds, and the last thing he asks you is, did you return your shopping cart? And you're like, no. And he just lets out this long, disappointed sigh. And he's like, well, sorry. Down you go. Oh, because you didn't return your cart. He's like, oh, well, the big guy has a thing about returning carts. You know, it's just decency. And if you weren't able to return your name's right here. I mean, it says that you were supposed to get in. But the cart thing. I mean, when you're down there, I can maybe put in a good. I mean, because your record here, it looks good. But the big guy, you know, I don't make the decisions. I could maybe ask him, but he is totally steadfast on returning the carts. Imagine that being your final question, Day of Judgment. Did you return the cart? You see fucking hell's population little sign just like do 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 do, because people are just being sent there like fucking crazy. Of course that's not going to happen because heaven and hell don't exist. If you believe it, that's fine. I don't. Turning everyday action into pure test. So the next time you spot an abandoned cart and feel that flicker of judgment, it might be worth pausing before drawing conclusions. And if you're the one leaving a car behind, consider how putting it back, when possible, can benefit both you and others. Either way, focusing on your own behavior rather than this whole thing was pointless then, if that's what you're saying. But yeah, shopping cart theory, guys. Super duper important. Went viral, trending for weeks. #1 bestseller. Where were you guys? We could have been discussing important things like shopping cart theory. We could have been having thick, juicy debates about this shopping cart theory. I'm done. I'm fucking done. Fucking stupid. I'll see you guys later. Bye.